Alrighty then. Today is Friday, whatever date it is. I keep losing myself. I think it's the 9th. Yeah, Doggy's meds are on the 10th, so it's Friday before, and his meds are Saturday. So it's a good thing I got word association or date association, so I can try to remember these things. But most of the time I don't. All right, moving on with this Silvertone 6120. We got the push button assembly back in along with the tuner assembly, and we got the interconnects done on the band switch. We got them cleaned up and everything. We got new wires. Everything that connects with this band switch, the oscillator coil, the antenna coil, the tuner, and any of the patterns and trimmers have all got new wire on the connection points. We also went through and we changed, well, the only resistor we didn't change in this turkey is that one, that 300 ohm. For some reason it's within 10%. All that 2 meg, it was more than it was more than double the value. So these two over here, those are the 50 ohm twins, Daffy Duck, and they are connected to the way they're supposed to be, and they're tied into the unused pin here as a tie point, and there's a link that goes to pin 7 over here. Now we got the IFs back on the thingy dingy, and a new wire for the antenna connection. We didn't have to put any new wires on it. A nice good cloth covered wire on that. Now, we still got a little ways more to do on this. We got the ground strap tied in. We got the, let me turn this thing so we can see the other stuff. We got the 0.1 microfarad cap to the tuner section there, off the antenna coil. The trimming pattern is cleaned up. New wires to those. New wires to this coil. We got a new wire there for the U7 tube. This one here is still in decent shape. And the linkage is set up on this thing. I still got to get the panel, dial panel, pulled off the hook. It got sprayed and finished the same as the chassis, so that way I can mount up the volume pot. It is all ready to go. Oh, that resistor I didn't have to change either. Go figure. So now we're gonna, here's the IF cans. Notice one of these, this one here, I think had the dink in it. That one there started to have a little dink in it, and I undinked it, and it's got a clear coat on it to keep it from grody up again. Okay, and let's see, everything is lubed down here. The tone pot, the tone switch was lubbed, and this was lubbed. I still got to get the the magic eyeball socket back in there. So we're going to be doing that, but it's about 1 p.m. And I'm going to go in and sit with Doggy for a while, catch up on a little tube, see what's happening here, there, and every other where. So stay tuned. I'll have another segment in the back of this one this evening. All right, finally made it. Boy, this was a real tussle trying to get that thing back together, and well, it wasn't that big of an ordeal, but I had wound up getting the switch in there in the wrong orientation and soldering all the wires into it and everything according to my diagram, and it wasn't coming out just quite right. But you know, it should have. But what was the main incorrect thing about the wiring was when you put the knob on it, it wasn't oriented in the right axis in order to pick up the text on. There's text on these. I had noticed when I picked it up to put something on here so that I could grip it. I noticed that there was some text on it, so whenever I grabbed the band knob and stuck it on there, the foreign and the American wasn't even it was down here somewhere whenever I turned it. So I had to pull the switch and all the wiring. Well, I didn't have to pull the switch, but I had to pull all the wiring and twist the switch 90 degrees clockwise in order to get the orientation right on the text on the knob. And that was the only one that there was on that thing. So anyway, that was the biggest issue with that. Other than let me see if I can let me kill the main power here so that I can negotiate this thing. Here on the side, on this end, that mica, if you remember, there was a domino in here originally. Well, I wasn't getting very good reception on the broadcast, on the shortwave band, and sometimes it would come in, sometimes it wouldn't come in, and then it wouldn't come in, period, at all, ever. So I played, and when it did come in, it was like, I mean, it was way off. And one of the notes in the alignment procedures was there are no trimmers for the I can't hardly talk anymore. There wasn't any trimmers for adjustment for the shortwave band. It is what it was, what it is, what it could be. So so I played with the resistor on that circuit and this cap. This cap here is within 100, 120, 150 of the picos of the old one. And so now it comes in really close. Hang on while I grab my shotgun so I can shoot these skeeters. Boy, they just, you know, insects are getting to be as bad as cockroaches. I mean, you shoot them with this thing and they get out their washcloth and start taking a bath in it crap and want more. Okay, so anyway, that was it pretty much for the shortwave band. Plus, I had to substitute the J8. Wasn't giving me nothing. I mean, it rubbed me the wrong way every time I turned this thing on, and I couldn't nail it down because I couldn't check it. My tube testers, either one of them, don't have deal on for a listing for the J8. I don't know why. Maybe I could have overlooked it, but that's a possibility. But I could not find anything in there. So I had a K8, and there was a substitute for that. There was a K8 and some L8 and whatever 8, and you know the rest. So I stuck a K8 in there, and it improved quite a bit. And the U7, I tried a K7 in there, no difference. So, but the alignment, once I started getting something that I could work with, I checked the voltages on the thing, and they were almost right on. They were slightly high. I guess they could be right on, because they were like I don't know, 8 volts max, max to the high side. So I mean 120 volts, and if they tested this thing before under 115 or 112, 110 volts, well, I'm in the ballpark. I'm playing the game. So anyway, that was that. I don't know if you noticed when we did the checkout after getting this thing checked out, before I started stripping the cabinet, the chassis. The U5 tube, the I tube, it was awfully dim, but it was functional. I got, of course, the new power output tube, a new a rectifier tube. This 6B6 tube, you don't want to have to buy one of those, because unless you pay $50 for the sucker and shipping, which is around $12, boy, you'll get it slightly cheaper, but it'll have to come from Europe, so or Australia or something like that, and you have to give up your rights. So that's pretty much it. I got all the linkage back in the thing, the dial put back on it. I got the goats polished up. And let's see. And let me turn this thing around here. New wiring on because every time I twisted and turned the dugger, it would crack, and it crack, and it would crack. So finally I just yanked the whole darn thing out of there and put new wires on it. Let's see, I got all, now the knobs I still got to clean up. I'm saving those for last. I just about got the cabinet wound up. It's winding up pretty good right now out on the bench. I'm letting it cure up for the glue up for the grill cover. Got a new old stock 6E5 I tube in it, new dial lamp on it. All the push buttons have been cleared and ready to glow. So what I wanted to do now was, on the tail end of this segment, was do a quick scan of the broadcast and the shortwave band to show you how this thing, let me get this thing adjusted. I'm on a little mini tripod here. You get that thing set there so that I can play with this thing. Okay, let's see, let's turn the mains on. We're pushing 121 volts nearly. We're going to kick that up. We're going to let it come up. I'm not sure. We're on the Let's start on the shortwave band. Let me turn on my terrorists. Turn off my terrorists. Yeah, let's make another adjustment on this thing. Let me grab my ladder and have a sit. Let me turn this just a skosh more so that you can see that eye tube. All right, we're up. That's got to be telemetry. Yeah, this should be quietening down quite a bit.
Diálogo, encuentro mutuo, amor y paz, evitando. El programa del Galardo Olímpico de Tokio 2020, Juan Luis Conde 97, se estrenará este momento.
It's drifty right now. It's about 6:30 in the evening, and we have cloud. We did have some thunderstorms going earlier. Okay, there's that. We'll click it over to the broadcast.
And that's what smoking guns for protect yourself. Unstoppable, except for the two instances I mentioned in the books throughout the 1,000 years of the Roman Empire and the Roman Republic.
To South Main in Cottonwood. Arizona games, keep the dial tuned right here. Cardinals, Diamondbacks, Suns, Coyotes, ASU, plus the Super Bowl.
Now, some of these stations will close that magic eye right up.
Running full speed and seeing the mistakes on film.
6900 800 953 69.
They have scored! It's Chicho Arango! Who else?
Those distant stations are starting to drift in.
And it's over. Fielding right out of the locker room. Inside.
That came in directly to Austin's.
Yeah, that magic eye is closed fully. There's a couple of in here that will close it pretty much up, but like I say, in the evenings they drop their power back, and
tenerlos aquí. Ir con más música independiente de la región. Vamos a...
Now during the day you won't get anything up above our local station, but in the evening there's a few that do come in. Okay, so there's that. Let's go back here.
Turn throw to first. One out on the fielder's choice for McCarthy.
Popped this ball, but he
First, from the off position, you turn it one and it's in the high tone position. Turn it again, it's in the low tone position.
Here is McCarthy with a walk, a single, and a run scored.
It's the only thing about baseball. They got so much that you can't tell if you're on station, off station, whatever.
From the belt. And a throw to first. Boy, Urania lucky that wasn't a balk there.
Okay, so there's that. So we went our limit on this one. So tomorrow is going to be the big day. Hopefully, we'll get this thing fitted up, dry fitted for the cabinet, and we'll see how she goes. Thanks for watching.